What does our everyday stress have to do with sleep? What does that stress cause? Why is my sleep affected by it? And most importantly, what can I do to reduce stress and sleep well all night? We're going to find out right now. For us at Stoll, there are two very important components of sleep. The one component is the mattress. For the body, this forms the most important basis for restful sleep. The other component is no less important, but often overlooked, our mental well-being. Only when body and mind find rest at night, it is possible to find a healthy balance in life. If you have a bad night, you will have a bad day. Studies have shown that the risk of accidents is amplified 12-fold if you get less than 4 hours of sleep per night. But why? Our body still functions more or less than it did in prehistoric times as hunters and gatherers, where an unknown noise in the forest was sometimes a predator and one had to defend oneself quickly. In such a moment, the fight or flight reaction kicks in. And in this survival mode, there's a lot going on in the body. Our so-called sympathetic nervous system is ready for confrontation. Due to the release of hormones, the heart beats faster and breathing increases to supply the body with oxygen. The pupils dilate, the blood pressure increases. The muscles are supplied with direct energy in form of insulin. In short, everything that would have been an advantage in an event of a confrontation or an escape in those prehistoric contexts is actually always an overreaction in our relatively safe modern world. But in that sense, we didn't evolve as quickly as our environment. Why is this a problem today? Because every phone call, every WhatsApp message, every email, every alarming sound from the cars on the streets or whatever puts our body back into this fight or flight mode. Whenever it buzzes and clenches somewhere, the sympathetic nervous system releases messengers such as dopamine and thus puts the body on alert. The tricky part of this is that the part of our brain which is used for logical thinking and complex tasks, the prefrontal cortex, did adapt to our modern world with these distractions, but not the older parts of our brain, such as the cerebellum, also known as our reptile brain. In all of these cases, the body is put unintentionally and unconsciously in fight or flight mode and prepares for the worst without us immediately noticing it. And what's the result? Stress. Added to this is the pressure of deadlines and all the negative thoughts we have for situations that may come our way. A visit to the doctor, an exam that you have to write next week, a conversation with your boss who's not happy, a schedule that you'll have to follow for a project, an invoice that you expect at the end of the month. All these worries just amplify your stress, even if most of the time our thoughts are more dramatic than our reality. Philosopher Lucius Seneca already said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." But nevertheless, it contributes to stress. But what does this have to do with sleep? If the body is constantly in a state of alertness and a part of the brain thinks that one might be attacked by a danger, even if it is imaginary, then the body cannot calm down. Important biochemical processes do not run as they are supposed to. Hormones are not secreted or excessively produced. An example is melatonin. Melatonin, together with adenosine, are probably the most important hormone for regulating the circadian rhythm that makes us sleepy or awake. When you're being chased by a predator, it's not really appropriate at that moment to take a nap. So in such a situation in prehistoric times, the body did not produce melatonin in order not to get tired. In a life-threatening situation, quite logical, but nowadays, counterproductive. Why is our sleep so affected? Sleep is our regeneration phase. It is where the body can regenerate and the brain actually does a lot of work. What exactly, however, is still in part a mystery to science. We already know a lot about sleep phases, hormone secretions, and measurable changes in the body during sleep. But we still don't know why we dream, for example. What is known, however, is that the lack of sleep can not only be painful, physical torture, but also a mental torture. Lack of sleep is directly related to chronic health problems, such as heart and kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, migraines, and strokes. And this is only the direct physical result. Regardless of the discomfort and just the feeling of being tired, in the long term, anxiety and depression are the result of sleep deprivation. To make you aware of the impact sleep has on our bodies, there is an interesting study by the Los Angeles Biomedical Research Institute, where scientists found a direct connection between the duration of sleep and the volume of testicles in the man who participated in the study. You can find the link down in the description. It is amazing how the lack of sleep can have such a direct and measurable impact on an organ. We now know why stress affects sleep and also what it has to do with crown jewels. But the question remains, what can we do about it? Only as a very last resort, I would suggest melatonin spray. According to the latest findings, there is no direct danger of addiction, but still, I would only use it when I have like a strong jet lag or very, very occasionally. If this is not enough, definitely consult your doctor. Well, then comes my big confession. Yes, I too had problems with sleeping in the past. And it certainly didn't have anything to do with the mattress. And from my own experience, I was able to get an idea of what helps and what doesn't. I also took part in training as a sleep coach to learn about the impact of stress on sleep. Something that certainly helps are the little tips that I gave in our first video. There's a link also in the description to find out more. But when it comes to stress, the most effective help is breathing exercises and meditation. Well, there are going to be people rolling their eyes, but let me assure you, this is very, very beneficial for you. What you can do right before going to bed, or even in bed, is the so-called box breathing. As I mentioned, you can either lie down in your bed or just sit comfortably somewhere. Quietly close your eyes and concentrate on your breathing. Then it is important to breathe through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. But let me show you. When we're doing box breathing, what we do is we will count to 4 while inhaling. We hold the air, count to 4 again, then exhale through the mouth, count to 4. And when you have exhaled, when all of the air is out of your lungs, you will count again to 4. Let us do it together. and just repeat. After a while, you can also start to count to 5 or 6, depending on what feels right for you. But don't force anything. In addition, try to breathe into your lower belly region and let it flow upwards like a wave, very gently. Because of the slow cycle of breathing, our sympathetic nervous system calms down and helps relieve stress. Of course, you shouldn't expect miracles immediately after 2 minutes. It is important to do 10 minutes a day for 3 to 4 weeks. This practice is already a form of meditation. It is not about thinking about nothing, which is often a prejudice of meditation. No, it's about focusing on yourself and not on what's up for tomorrow and other things that could be or could happen. Simply try to feel what you feel. Your heartbeat, your own restlessness, and simply accepting it without any judgment. There are many other great practices, but I am probably not the right person to show you. But I can recommend someone who has put together an excellent course, which is Michael Beiker from Yogalap. Link is in the description. In this course on insomnia and sleep problems, you will find excellent exercises and meditation practices that will definitely help you to sleep better. I know it did it for me. But whoever starts just with box breathing takes the first and therefore the most important step to a better life. If you're interested in other simple exercises and would like to find out more, please contact us at info@matla.lu. It would be my pleasure to help you sleep better. And if you mention the hashtag #BetterSleep during a visit in one of our 4 stores, you will receive an extra discount of 5% on your purchase. My name is Yves Schreder, Director of Stoll Maître Matelassier. I wish you a good day and an even better night.